Today I'll be doing my presentation on my event management project. So what I did was host a basketball camp, and planning and preparation for this, a lot went into it. Of course, putting together the staff. We had the assistant coach and the varsity coach from the basketball team at our church help out, and then my dad and I helped out. So after we got the staff put together, I had to make the schedule, of course, for the event. There's a picture of me putting it together. There's a picture of us meeting together to get ready for the event. Once all the schedule was put together, the staff was put together, we had some meetings, just getting the plan set up, making sure everybody was on the same page. And then we went into the, buying supplies and stuff. Since this is a non-profit event, we want to make sure that we're breaking exactly even, and we kind of had a rough idea of how many people we would have. So when we bought the food, we kind of just split it up into that amount of people. After that, marketing the event really wasn't on me since this was a church event. The church really kind of pushed for it in their own way, so marketing really wasn't on me. And then scheduling the guest speaker was a last minute thing because the first speaker fell through, and we ended up getting our pastor to come out and do it. Once all the preparation was done, we got to the day of the event. Of course, we want to make sure we got there early, just to make sure everything was ready, that the gym was clean, that stuff was ready. Of course, we went over, as it says right there in the second point, we did a run through, talked about exactly what would be going over in each segment, making sure that kitchen crew knew what time to have lunch ready, just all the details, making sure we're fine pointing that way. We're not coming back asking what we're supposed to be doing. After we did that, we ran through the segments with the kids. During the camp, we did 3 segments of defense, finishing and shooting, and then we went through rebounding. After that, we provided lunch, of course, during lunchtime, about 11:45. Had our guest speaker speak right after lunch. And then once the camp was all done and over with, we had us clean up. And that was pretty much it for the day. Post-event, we made an evaluation for each player, basically letting them know how we think they did, where they can improve, how they can do better. And then as I went through, I asked each camper what they thought of the camp, what they would like to see implemented, what they would like to see gone. And then talking to the coaches, just seeing what their thoughts were on the camp, seeing what we might change, what we might do differently next year. After all that was said and done, just looking back, what the purpose was, of course, to open the opportunity to kids to hear preaching. And that was the main point. We just want to get kids in to hear the gospel more. We want to get them in to hear preaching more. And then, of course, just to teach them the fundamentals of the game. Those were the 2 main points, main reasons for having this camp. Feelings before the event, there's a lot of stress going into it, just because of how much planning had to be done. Of course, I'm in college, so there's a lot of classes, a lot of assignments. I'm a student athlete, so I have sports I gotta do. And on top of that, just trying to push to get this event in, trying to get everything scheduled, and things just weren't falling in place. Last minute, I had to change everything. I went from a 3-day basketball camp to just a 1-day, so the schedule completely changed on me like 2 weeks prior. So just a lot of stress going into it, but also excitement. Hopeful that everything would turn out. We'd have a great turnout. Just a little worried though, also that you would come up short and you just wouldn't have enough people. Wouldn't be able to break even on the cost. Feelings during the event, I was happy with the turnout, happy with the group of kids we had, excited about the future and what we can get done. Disappointed a little bit and just some of the stuff that didn't work out. I was really hoping would work out. But hopeful for a better basketball camp next year, and of course having vision for the next year, and it's just looking at it and seeing what we can do now and getting the kids excited. And so now we have both groups excited. We have staff and our kids excited, ready for next year. We're looking forward to it. After that was all said and done, we know what works and what doesn't work now. So going into next year, we can implement the things that do work and add on to it, and the things that don't work, we can just throw out or change it up to where we maybe spend more time explaining it and going into detail rather than just kind of shortcutting and trying to get into it just so we can stay on schedule. we're also, like, as I mentioned before, just excited for the future. Of course, this is just the first of many. It was a 1 day camp rather than 3 days. So going into it, the schedule will be different. The way we run things will be different. Probably have a 3-on-3 tournament in the future. We didn't have that this year. So just excited to see what's going to happen in the future. I believe that is it.